Well, it's here. The moment we've all been waiting for since we were very young. And now finally, after 13 years of waiting, we have arrived to this very moment in time to see something that will answer our ultimate question. The very question mankind has been asking for almost 2 decades. And that is, when the hell are we gonna see the return to the Justice League Unlimited universe? Well, now actually. But we must ask ourselves, was it something that was worth the wait? Or is it best to just keep waiting a little while longer? Well, let's find out. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my newest review of the DC straight-to-DVD animated film, Justice League vs. The Fatal Five. Hello everyone, I am the Jedi Bender, and welcome back to yet another review. This will be the return of my DC animated film reviews, and they're back and better than ever, so let's not waste any more time in talking about the second film to return to the good old DCAU. Yes, Batman and Harley Quinn happened and is canon, moving on. But as soon as I heard that this film was going to happen, I was just under the assumption it would be yet another New 52 animated film. But boy was I dead wrong when I saw this beautiful, gorgeous image, and I knew immediately that this would become my most anticipated DC animated film of the year. Okay, my second DC animated film of the year. But the point still stands. We have been waiting for almost 2 damn decades for this show to come back in some form or another, and we finally have it. But hopefully this will send a message to Warner Brothers so we can get more of them. Justice League reunion. Now, after all is said and done, let's just go ahead and dive right into this movie and see if it lived up to my expectations. I'll say this about the script and its overall story: it felt like an hour-long special episode of Justice League Unlimited, but on Adult Swim. And I actually think that's a good thing when you stop and think about it. This is, of course, thanks to the great writing efforts from Eric Carrazio, Jim Krieg, and Alan Burnett. They went above and beyond for this one, while making sure to keep the focus on 2 new characters, while also giving some love and attention to the old ones, but also addressing some serious mental issues that we all go through in real life. And on top of all of that, giving us 5 great villains that can match all of our heroes combined. The Fatal Five, or 3 in this case, go back in time to free their teammates. At the same time, they are pursued by Starboy, who decides to go back in time with them so he can stop them from getting to whatever mission they need to get to. Unfortunately, he accidentally breaks his medication that helps him with his memory problems, and is now in danger of forgetting his true goal. But while this is all going on, we see that the newest Green Lantern, Jessica Cruz, who has been avoiding her calls from the Justice League and her Lantern duties, who is trying to get a handle on her crippling anxiety, and even something else that happened to her many years ago.
My brain's like a hamster wheel. I feel fuzzy, like I'm full of cotton and I can't breathe right. I get to the door and I imagine all these awful things that could be on the other side, and I'm paralyzed.
And in all of this, Wonder Woman even tries to give her some advice. The characters in this movie were all just a delight from beginning to end, especially returning characters such as the main Trinity, who have to take a back seat and are here in a supporting capacity to help out our new leads in their struggles. As I stated earlier, Diana is encouraging and teaching Jessica Cruz to pick up the slack. Batman is here training a new potential rookie, Miss Martian, to be a Justice League member, and Superman is just being Superman. While some will ultimately see this as a negative, I can actually see it as a good way to have all these new characters come into the fold and getting to know what makes them heroes. But I still had a huge smile on my face seeing the main 3 being back and reprised by Susan Eisenberg, George Newbern, and Kevin Conroy. Plus, we got to see some awesome badass moments from them. But as to the new characters that are introduced here, well, I actually liked them very much. Especially seeing my main man, Mr. Terrific, back again. I actually liked him in the original show, and as a kid I wanted to see more of him in action, but we never got it. So thankfully, my wish has been granted. Miss Martian was good and decent. Actually being a great foil to Batman definitely made her even better. However, if you're expecting her to have some kind of backstory, you're gonna be very disappointed, especially if the theory you came up with is somewhat not true. But I still enjoyed her inclusion. Now, on to the main protagonist. Jessica and Starboy were phenomenal in this film, and really made a huge impact on me as I can resonate with them and their struggles. Now, getting serious here, I actually do have anxiety and depression myself, while also having some trouble remembering some things, and stuttering here and there. So seeing these two try to fight it and overcome their struggles, well, it really struck me in the right area. They also had some great chemistry too, and I loved how they weren't just pointless love interest, although there is a hint to it. Instead, what these characters are to each other are just heroes. They inspire one another to take up the mantle of what they're given, and by the end of the film, they motivate one another to be the hero that the Earth needs them to be. So overall, the characters here were on point and had a great purpose. No one felt out of place, while at the same time, so each character got a great moment to shine, while also still showing why they're here. And we actually got some additional characters that popped up that I won't spoil, but I swear to you, one of them, I actually cried. Guys, I don't think I can say just how gorgeous this animation looks, because at this point, it just makes me happy seeing the Bruce Timm art style back in action again for the second time. I actually do think it looks better here than Batman and Harley Quinn, especially seeing the classic Justice League model Batman suit once again. Take the hint, Batman and Harley Quinn. But here is one thing I can say about the animation. It was action-packed. Everything just had a great pace to it, and the fights looked amazing. It truly felt like a classic Justice League episode, and everything you loved from that show, for the most part, is here and back better than ever. The team really deserves a round of applause for the details and Easter eggs they put into this film. And sure, it's not Batman Mask of the Phantasm levels of great animation, but it definitely still delivered on my expectations and brought a huge smile to my face. Guys, I can't do it justice, just go watch the film for yourselves. Now, you've heard me sing about the positives for this movie all throughout this review, which leads one to ask, do I have any critiques on this movie? Well, the answer is yes. I have just two. The first one is, while it was great to see Miss Martian, Mr. Terrific, Starboy, and Jessica Cruz, and even the Fatal Five back again, in here, they are given little to no backstory. None of them even have any kind of depth to them. They're just here because, well, they're here. That's pretty much the only thing that did take me out of the movie the first time I watched it. However, to play devil's advocate for a second, we were introduced to tons of iconic characters in Justice League Unlimited that ended up becoming our favorites, but they still got no backstory as well. This, of course, being Huntress, Black Canary, Wildcat, Shining Knight, Power Girl, Vigilante, and Hawkman. But we ended up still loving them and rooted for them in the end. So here, I don't think I mind, and I can actually say it doesn't bother me that much anymore. So yeah, it does take points away from the film, but it's not something that ruined my enjoyment. And now the last complaint. Well, this one's not even about the film itself. It's actually about the build-up that we got for it. You see, ever since it was announced and everyone knew what it was going to be, the fans just wanted to know if it was canon, and it got to the point where some were just looking forward to it because of where it could fit in the continuity. Now guys, we should all be excited to just see this film and talk about it and take it as it is. Now, let's just put this to bed. yes, the movie is canon. Bruce Timm has said it, the crew has said it, the writers have said it, the actors have said it. So, at this point, I don't care about whether it's canon or not. All I cared about was if it was going to be a good film, and if it would deliver on my expectations. And I got that. It's definitely a good movie, and one of my favorite DC animated films of 2019. So please do not mistake my words. I know how much we all really want to go back to this world, but we can't question the crew or even some experts on if the film is just going to be canon, because that will undermine all of the hard work and passion that everyone puts into these films. So with all of that, let's just put everything down, sit back, and enjoy the movie. So, my overall conclusions? Justice League vs. The Fatal Five was a surprise hit and made me feel like a kid again in the best of ways. Seeing these characters come back put a huge smile on my face, and I walked away feeling satisfied and wanting more. I've seen this film 6 times, and I cannot stop watching it. I really hope this does well so we can get more animated films of the Timmverse in our lives. So with great writing, voice directing, voice acting, music, animation, this film gets an A. Now, before I end the video right here, I like to take this moment and address the cast and crew. Thank you all so much for your hard work and dedication and truly giving us something very, very special. I really am excited to see where you guys go from here.
Batman, is it? I think I will disintegrate you slowly.
Bring it, Skeletor.
So everyone, that was my review of Justice League vs. The Fatal Five. Please let me know what you thought. Do you agree that this film was good, or were you expecting something better? Whatever you feel, let me know down in the comments below. And also too, if you can't get enough of Justice League vs. The Fatal Five, then please go and check out my friends Maddie and James over at Watchtower Database, as they made tons of videos about this movie, including a new series that they've been doing for the past couple of months called Will It Canon, and you better believe James went in depth on why this film is, well, canon. So go check them out and tell them I sent you. And also, I really cannot wait to bring you guys more DC animated films and really just give you guys some great reviews in general. So with all of that being said, if you enjoyed this review, then please hit that like button. And if you are new to my channel, you want to stick around, then hit that subscribe button. And to stay up to date with all of my videos and more, please hit that little notification bell to be notified the minute my videos drop. As always, thank you to my editor, Noble Absinthe, for making this video. And super special thanks to my new thumbnail makers over at ToonGrin. They went ahead and made this thumbnail, and as you can see, it is gorgeous. If you guys have any editing or thumbnail work that you would like, then please go over on Twitter and hit them up. They'll be happy to help you. So guys, this is the Jedi Bender saying, be here, my friends. Later, guys!
The man who'll help us destroy this city is right behind this door.